now that I have my photo here, I'd like to do some interesting things with it. And I'm going to now do some conversions using adjustment layers. So if we look down on the bottom of the layers panel, you can see that there are a number of little icons. And the one that looks like a moon that's been cut in half, if we click on that, that's going to reveal all sorts of interesting things we can do with our image. And the one I'm going to start with is called Threshold. Now, Threshold is really interesting because what it does is it reveals a histogram. And this diagram over here, it looks like a little mountain, or maybe it looks like an orca kind of popping out of the ocean. This is made up of 256 shades of gray, or black to white. And over on the right-hand side, it's completely black, and over on the left-hand side, it's completely white. And somewhere in the middle, you get all that information. And what this filter does, or what this treatment does, is it converts your image into a monotone image. This is basically only black. And just with that, I can create a graphic image that can be reproduced really easily using only one color of ink. That makes it inexpensive to do, and it's also got a very unique and interesting kind of effect. So I invite you to play with the Threshold filter. It's really cool. Then the other thing that you should note about this is that this is an adjustment layer, so it's non-destructive. That means that we're not going to affect the pixels of the original image. If I turn off the visibility of the Threshold adjustment layer, my original photo is still there, nothing has happened to it. I can turn it back on to see how it works. And once I've got this image set up like this, I can either save my file as a PNG file with transparency, or I could export it and save it, or do a save as a Photoshop file. So I'll say, right now, for now, I'll do quick export as PNG, and then I can save that file somewhere that I'm going to remember it. I've got my desktop open, I could drop it in there. That file I can then use in another composition. So I'm just going to type in the name there, and then I'll save that on my desktop, and we'll try and use that in another tutorial. So there we go, how to use the Threshold command.